The clip that I'm going to share with you right now is Candance Owens, and she's talking about Nick Fuentes, and you can see the things, the words that she's saying about him, that there's nothing wrong with people platforming him. There's nothing wrong with what he's saying.
No matter how I feel about him, I root for him against the Zionist lobby. And this rule that you can't speak to Nick, why can't I speak to Nick? Can't my audience decide whether or not they want to listen to him? There's this false idea of platforming him, that somehow that's going to be harmful and you can't platform him.
They always criticize you guys directly, saying,
You can see that she had nothing but good to say about Nick Fuentes. Now I'm going to share another video clip with you, and this is Nick Fuentes. Listen to what he says about Candance.
"Hail Macron, honestly, it's just such a Faustian way of dealing with Russian propagandists. Do you think Candy will be hiding in Moscow by the end of the year?"
No, I mean, look, I will believe it when I see evidence. Here's the thing. Candance Owens says, oh, they're trying to kill me. We haven't seen a shred of evidence. Like, where's the evidence? She just sounds crazy. She's going on Instagram saying that Brigitte Macron's ancestors were chocolatiers in Nazi Germany. I'm not making this up. They're Judenrat chocolatiers. They're Jewish spies or something, or they're ratting out the Jews. I didn't follow that, actually, what she was saying about that, but that's the word she used. She said they were like Jewish spies in Nazi Germany running a chocolatier. They were chocolatiers. Then they came over to America in Project Paperclip. And then Brigitte Macron was a victim of MK Ultra and the Stanford prison experiment. And then she was given over to Macron to like spy on him on behalf of Israel. And that's why Macron is protected by Mossad. Like, that's the story. And Charlie Kirk was killed because she was going to blow the whistle, and now she's going to get killed by the French. And it's like, what a coincidence that all those conspiracies are connected to this, right? Like, Brigitte Macron, and like, you know what is really funny? Their only evidence that Brigitte Macron is a man is that they ran her face through facial recognition AI, and she has a partial match with a childhood photo of her brother. That's the evidence. And from that, we are getting the rest. So we are extrapolating, this 80-year-old woman looks like this grainy photo of her brother as a child. So based on that, we could go back to the French Revolution. The Trognos were missionaries during the White Lotus Rebellion in China. That's why they call the show White Lotus. Centuries later, they're Frankists. And they're in Nazi Germany making chocolate, and then they get sent to America with Werner Braun and Project Paperclip. Then they're in Stanford prison experiment and getting MK Ultra. Now they killed Charlie Kirk. And they're like Forrest Gump. They're like Forrest Gump times 6 million. The Trognos. It's like sympathy for the devil. They were the Knights Templar. They were the Illuminists. They were the Masons. They were the Bolsheviks. They were the Nazis. They were the CIA. If she could produce a shred of evidence, I might find it believable. I don't wish any harm on her. I hope she's okay. I hope her family's okay. I hope it's not real. I don't want her to get murdered, obviously. I want her to live a long and happy life. But I just don't see any evidence. It sounds totally insane. It sounds totally insane to me.
So Nick Fuentes feel that Candance is just crazy, that her conspiracy theory is just blown out the water, and that she's connecting all these dots that doesn't go together. It's like when we was younger, we had these coloring books that had dot to dot, and you're supposed to follow the dots based on the numbers. It's like Candance had one of those pictures, but instead of following the dots as far as the numbers going from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, she's just going any which way she want to. And then she's like, look, see, here's the evidence. And you're looking at it, it's nothing but chaos and confusion. It makes no sense. There's no picture there. There's just lines going from one dot to another. That's what Candance is doing with all her conspiracy theories. And then she has so many people listening to her. You know, you already have this man that's going to be on trial for assassinating Charlie Kirk. You're not also thinking about, you have to also think about that what she's saying, people are listening to her, and a lot of people do believe her. Some of those people are going to be the ones who's going to have to go forward to be on the jury for Tyler Robinson to find him innocent or guilty. Their minds and their hearts and their attitude might be tainted because of what Candance is saying. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having freedom of speech, but you should also speak truth. When you see people that are supposed, like Candance Owens, Tucker Carlson, and Nick Fuentes, and all these people, they're together, but they really are together just because of one thing they all hate together at the same time, which is Israel. When you come together based on hate, once that object of hate is gone, what are you going to do then? Then you're going to start hating each other, because your friendship, your association isn't built on a foundation of true friendship, true loyalty. Your foundation is built on hate of one group of people. Once that group is not there, once that group is not a scapegoat, once that group is no longer a threat to you for whatever reason, then you're going to find another group. And sometimes, like I say, the closest ones you're going to turn on are the ones that's standing next to you because you really didn't like them in the first place. And this is what's going on with Candance and with Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson, because even Tucker Carlson turned on Nick Fuentes and called him an anti-Semite. But he had him on his show. Why not say these things in front of these people while you have them on your show? You're supposed to have a dialogue. A dialogue isn't always agreeing with a person. A dialogue is not always agreeing with what the person believes in. Sometimes a dialogue is about calling a person out. Okay, you said this, this, and this. Well, where's the proof? Well, what about this? This is the true information about what you said. That's a dialogue, because you're supposed to check each other. If you truly care about a person, you're going to check them because you want them to stand in the light. You no longer want them to be in the darkness. You want them to shine in the light. But all these people, when you hate, when your heart is full of hate, and that's the only thing that's motivating you is hate, you're going to stay in the darkness. You're going to end up hitting a wall. You're not going to go far. It might seem like you're going to go far, but in the end, you're not. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're following Candance, and then they're getting all this hate in their heart for people that's not doing anything, because she never comes up with evidence. It's one conspiracy after another conspiracy after another conspiracy. And that's mind control, and that's manipulation. Manipulation is evil. You're not supposed to manipulate people, because people should have the choice of deciding which way they want to go. And the only way you can truly decide which way you want to go, what you want to believe, is having the truth presented in front of you. Once again, read your Bible for yourself. Make sure you understand what's in it, what it's talking about, and stay focused on Jesus, because Jesus is the truth.